Hey everyone, I'm Allison, and if you didn't watch my first video, I'm a digital media creator for a team called the Georgia Swarm, a professional lacrosse team, and I kind of want you guys to get to know what the heck is professional lacrosse. As I mentioned in my last video, it's part of the National Lacrosse League, and I do all their marketing and media. Yes, a one-man marketing team with me and a graphic designer. It can be a lot sometimes. Not gonna lie, definitely a challenge. And if you don't know what the National Lacrosse League is, I'm gonna kind of explain it to you and also explain kind of what my duties are as a media professional. Okay, Addie, just cutting through my video. She always wants to be a part of it. Say hi, everybody. So let's kind of get to it, and let's first explain what the difference of the National Lacrosse is compared to anything else in lacrosse. So the National Lacrosse League has been around for quite some time now. It's still up and running, it's still up and coming, but it's actually pretty popular. When you think of Canada, you automatically think of hockey when you live in the US, but actually it's box lacrosse. Crazy, right? And if you didn't know this, lacrosse is the oldest sport in North America, yet why is it not popular? I don't know. That's a really good question. So lacrosse was invented by the Native Americans, and so they kind of played it as a game where they go against each other's tribes for land pretty much, or to settle a dispute. So lacrosse came about during way back then, and yet it's just becoming popular right now because the Olympics coming to playing lacrosse sixes. And this is all pretty new. National Lacrosse League has been around for quite some time now. Now, some of you may have heard of the PLL, the Premier Lacrosse League. So the difference between the National Lacrosse League and the Premier Lacrosse League is indoor and outdoor, basically. The indoor is ran by a lot of owners and different people in the ownership, and has a commissioner, just like the NBA and NFL, versus the Premier Lacrosse League. The Premier owns it by somebody who has a lot of money and they have a lot of investors. They put a lot into their media accounts and to make the teams look great and have a fun time. It is played outdoor. Now they don't have like a central location for the teams to play each week. They travel to different cities. Versus the National Lacrosse League, the Georgia Swarm play in Georgia, at least 9 home games, 18 during the season, and then they'll travel to other teams around the year. Versus the Premier, they travel each weekend. Each team travels to a new city. So that's kind of the basics. You probably have seen the Premier Lacrosse League a little bit more just because of their media and how much they invest in their media and ESPN, just because they have a little bit more investors when it comes to that stuff, versus the National Lacrosse League where the owners own it and there's a commissioner and there's higher ups going from that way. Now, I'm not going to judge the PLL and NLL. There is a little bit of dispute, I think. But if I had to choose, and not just because I'm saying I work in the industry of box lacrosse, I'd rather choose box lacrosse. Reason why: more action, there's fighting, it's like hockey. The basketball play is kind of going on, versus outdoor lacrosse is a little bit more relaxed. It's fast, yet it kind of has that soccer feel. But I love the hitting. I love the fighting. I love the action of it a little bit more. And there's music playing throughout the whole arena during the game. Just makes it such a family vibe and such an actual game versus the outdoor sport of lacrosse. So there's kind of the difference. If you guys didn't know, PLL versus NLL, what's the difference? There you have it. So kind of going on my role, I work for the Georgia Swarm, which is part of the National Lacrosse League. And this team didn't come down until about 2016, and they actually were up in Minnesota and then decided to move down to Georgia here and start lacrosse down in the South. Now, kind of what I do, so you kind of get an understanding of what is going on, what you do, Allison, why are you a media, why are you a creative professional, what makes you so different from everybody else that goes into this kind of industry. Well, my position, I'm pretty much anything you think of media. So our team right now is only a graphic designer and me. basically in our marketing team versus you go somewhere else and there's going to be like 20 people on hands. One has Instagram, one has, YouTube. Somebody has a creative brand strategy. Someone's doing videography. That's not the case, unfortunately, for me. I do everything. So everything you see pretty much online, from website, videography, some of the photography, we do have somebody that does that, but anything warm-up related, that's me. From in-game arena, what's going on in the arena, to, text messaging, auction things happening, advertising, creative stuff that's getting developed with my graphic designer. Pretty much a lot of things that go on at once. And how do I juggle that all? A lack of sleep. No. So I pretty much, I spend a good amount of projects, taking my time, but also working ahead a lot of times. And it's quite stressful, not gonna lie. In season, I'm probably working over 50 hours a week. And that's quite a lot. We work pretty much, till 5:30 every day in office, which can be so tough on your body as a creative person. So hence why I'm kind of taking the step back, creating my own work before I create some of the team's work, because I feel like I'm not expressing myself anymore as a creative person. I'm very creative. I used to do so many TikToks, so many like creative video stuff as an intern. And now that I've been in this role, I just feel like I'm losing that like aspect of myself. So hence why I'm taking the time doing these videos, sharing my experiences with you guys in my life. So kind of more about my role. I kind of started right off the bat, like schedule release happened 2 days after I started working. And that included like going press releases, to graphic related, and just trying to hype up the momentum. But one of the things that came into this organization is that there was no creative brand point established yet. There was back in the day, someone established the brand and the logo, but like there's nothing else that established the swarm from anything else. Like there's no little elements that go into graphic design. There's no certain color things that goes on photography or videography, and the last 2 years it's just bugged me. Like it is bugged me how much our brand sucks. Like I will say it bugs me so much as a creative creating this content, and I hate my work because of it. And so really this summer has been really just sticking down to figuring out what's going to work for this coming season and what our mission and campaign goals are. And that's super tough to say because it's only two of us creating this. And then we have to present it to the owner and just hope he likes it. So that's like the toughest challenge when it comes to the creative industry, is making sure you like it, but also making sure everybody else is going to like it. That comes from merchandise, videography, the look of the layout. It's pretty tough, not going to lie. It's really just taking the time for yourself, figuring out what you want to do for work, and kind of taking a step back. I think the biggest challenge for me is that because I'm in so many different roles right now, is if you figure out one thing, you can go along with another thing and then go from there on. Now, if you guys didn't realize what I do for the Georgia Swarm already, and if you've never seen me run around Kayak at a game day, I'm pretty much it. From starting lineups, the intro video, and like the things and LEDs going around the arena, I'm pretty much doing that off of After Effects, filming the game in person on Premiere, and then trying to post social posts at the same time with a little bit of a help of interns. It's pretty chaotic, honestly. I actually really enjoy working for the team when I go on the road, believe it or not, because it's such a slower pace and I'm able to sit down, create the videos, and create creative content on the road versus at home, I'm running around with my head cut off and trying to do everything for the team. So, if I could touch upon other aspects of marketing or media that you guys want me to, I definitely can. I do have a very diverse experience, and it's definitely helped me along the way. But the career of media and creative in a small market team right now is pretty chaotic, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, just because I'm learning so much on my own. and learning different things I would probably not learn in a bigger organization. So having those skills makes me so diverse in different areas. And I'm really excited to like teach you guys like what's going on behind my life and the media world and also just like personal things. I think it's definitely going to help you guys learn as somebody who's super honest and it will tell you how it is and go from there. So, if you have any questions or you want to learn more about something, definitely comment below. Comment on my TikTok pages. I'm definitely here to help anybody who wants help. I'm always down. So, all right, guys, I'll see you next time. Say bye, Addie. See you later. Bye. Bye, guys.